Palace 1, United 2, and we are like a Temu version of Arsenal. We rely on set pieces. We can't create anything in open play. But the difference between us and Arsenal is they're going to be challenging for trophies. We are not. The only time we actually look like we are going to score is from a set piece. Open play, non-existent. Nada. It's not there at all. The effort levels, the performance them lot putting in the first half was like a Black Friday sale at Selfridges. 0%. It was nothing. Absolutely nothing from the players. Everyone says Mateta's like the French R9, and you would have believed it if you watched that first half. He skinned the lit at one point. He turned Euro. He was doing what he wanted. He was winning fouls. This guy was unplayable. I thought I was watching an exhibition match on FC at one point when I see him playing. We go 1-0 down. Clumsy defending from Euro. I think he probably needs to be taken out of the team. His performances have just not been great, unfortunately. And we have to thank Nketiah for being dreadful in front of goal. That guy couldn't score in a brothel. Otherwise, it probably could have been 2-0. And it probably should have been. He could have got a shot away. He could have passed it across goal. There was someone at the back post. But luckily for him, he's not very good. And you're probably thinking, why am I ranting? We won. And we did. And I'm happy. We got 3 points after that dreadful performance on Monday night. We've went and got a win. Don't know how, because we were still poor in that second half. We did move the ball a bit better. But we'll go through the goals. Zerkamp, what a finish. He was dreadful in that first half, just like the rest of the team. So I'm not just going to pick on him. But what a finish. Maybe the keeper should save it, but we'll give him the benefit of that. Weaker foot. What a finish. Gets us back in the game. Again, from a set piece. And then the second one from Money Mace. Again, another player that was just awful. Awful for the majority of the game, by the way. He did improve in the second half. Quick free kick. Drills it through the wall. Again, questionable. Should the keeper save it or not? Henderson's a red. He went and won Palace the FA Cup against City. He's let us win today. Maybe we need to give Henderson some credit at this point. But overall, from that game, it's just carried on from Monday night. Another awful performance. Another, 5-6 days to prepare? We were lucky that Palace played in midweek. You could tell in that second half, the fatigue started to kick in for them. And I think had they not had played Thursday night away in France, I don't think we would be sitting here, me being a bit happy with a win. But we have to look at the whole game. Look at Monday night, awful. Won't go back to that. But even today, there was no fluidity in our attacking play. It was just kind of get it up front and hope for the best. Ahmad and Mbeumo today struggled to get in the game. Again, they're not going to be very good every week. I accept that. That's cool. Same with Mason Mount. You know, him and Xerxes have got a chance to stake their claims in the team. Okay, they both scored today, but now it's what they're going to do against West Ham on Thursday. West Ham have just had Lucas Paqueta sent off as well. So again, one less person to worry about, even though his form has been dreadful this season as well. But just some of these players that are coming into the team, they're just not doing enough for me. And this is why when players like Cunha are missing, obviously Sesko's been in and out of the team as well, but he does offer something in the air, obviously, aerially. They're just not, these players are not staking their claims. Like I said, everyone played bad on Monday night. Today, majority of the players wasn't great. Even like our consistent performers like Delit, that first half, he was really bad. Silly mistakes. Like I said, got turned inside out by Mateta. Just, I don't know what's happened. But it takes me back to my next point. What have they been doing for the last 10, 11 days on the training pitch? Everyone would have been back from international break from what? Last Wednesday, last Thursday? 10, 11 days for 2 games. What have they been doing? We've had the most time to prepare for games. Have these lot set up an RTG on FC? Is that what the boys are doing during the day at training? I don't know, because it don't look like they're doing much apart from working on set pieces. Like I said, I keep saying it. There's no fluidity. There's no enthusiasm. There's nothing in the team. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. Do we press? Do we sit off? Do we play direct? Do we try and play through the lines? I don't really know. Like I said, we are like a Temu version of Arsenal currently. And I don't know what direction this is gonna go in. If we quickly run through like the performances today from the team, Lamens, to be fair, apart from the penalty, he didn't have nothing to do. A basic goalkeeper performance. I'm not going to big him up for catching a ball. That's what he should be doing. As Roy Keane would say, that's his job. He's catching a football. Lenny Euro, young, inexperienced. He needs a bit of time outside the team. I don't know why I don't play Mazraoui there. Again, he's just not really looking the part at the moment. It's difficult. But for me, he needs to come out the team for a little bit. Probably injuries is probably why he's probably playing more than he should be, to be honest with you. The Lit, normally solid, consistent, was a bit flaky at times, making little mistakes, slipped, almost cost us the second goal. Like I said, that first half, you'd have thought it was the French R9 plan against him, the way he made Mateta look. Not to discredit Mateta, by the way. Mateta is a very good player, but the levels that the lit is and Mateta, it shouldn't really be the way that the first half planned out. That shouldn't be happening. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, the turn, like I said, it was it was R9 like the way the lit made him look. Luke Shaw, like I say, typical Luke Shaw today. He did play well. He made some vital blocks, but I'm never going to big this guy up because this guy is like in his 30s now, I'm sure. And it's always the same thing. He'll play a couple of good games and he has one or two bad games. Like consistency is the reason why he's never really took the heights into his career. He's never really been like up there as a player. And that's why I'm never really going to big him up because, like I said today, he was very good, made some vital blocks. But then it wouldn't surprise me if on Wednesday night he went and played awful again, like he did on Monday. So this is the problem with him. I had the game as well at Brentford where he was just absolutely awful that game. And this is the thing, he'll have like one very, very bad game. Like he's not one of them players that can be bad, but still just do what he needs to do. If he's bad, the whole team knows about it, that's for sure. But listen, I'll give him credit today. He was good. We'll quickly go for our wing backs. Ahmad, Dalot, again, didn't really do too much. Dalot tried with his athleticism, but then again, same old Dalot, quality in the final third, quality on the ball, just not good enough. Ahmad couldn't really get into the game, to be fair to him. Just didn't have one of his best games today, and it happens. Casemiro and Bruno. Again, Casemiro probably, to be fair, in that first half could have had 2 goals. One from the throw-in, which is like 2 or 3 yards out. He's just got to hit the roof of the net with that one, with the first one in the second minute. And then obviously the second one, Bruno's put it on his head. He's just got to finish it. You know, he puts it wide. I think he just missed times with the flight of the ball. I think he ends up guiding it well past the post. So just wasn't his best day. Bruno, he got 2 assists, but anyone that watched the game live, watched the game for 90 minutes, Bruno wasn't great today. He was bad. I'm going to keep saying it, and I will keep saying it. He can't play central midfield. He just doesn't really have the discipline. Even when we was winning 2-1, he's out running out to the centre half. He's running out to the wing back, and I rate it. I love the enthusiasm. He wants to get the ball back. He wants to win, but we're winning 2-1. Why are you running out to the centre half? Why are you then running here, running there? Like, just stay with your men. Stay compact. Let's just see this win through. But like I said, I rate Bruno Fernandes highly. The quality levels, he's the best player at the club. But him playing central midfield, we're not seeing the best of him, and we won't see the best of him until he's playing higher up the field. And then onto the front three. The whole front three could have been subbed off at half time. I'll be so honest with you. In Buemo, I'll be so honest with you. I was calling for Xerxes and Mount to come off at half time. I was like, get Mainu on, get Dorgu on, push Ahmad and Bruno up, put Buemo through the middle, and just let them hopefully create something. We created nothing in that first half. Again, like I said, Timu from Arsenal set pieces. But like I said, Xerxes went and got the goal. Held off his man. Great finish with the left. Quick free kick. Mount, good finish as well. So they went and got their goals. But if we talk about their overall performances, all 3 of them wasn't very good. Giving the ball away, 0 creativity. Like I said, Mbuemo just wasn't there today. And it happens. It's fine. But we can't let this drag on. We cannot let this drag on. We can't. Like I said, Monday night was a bad performance. Today, for the best part of 45, 50 minutes was a bad performance. I think the whole game today, we wasn't good. We was not good at all for the whole game. But I've always criticised that this team in the last couple of years cannot play bad and win. And today we done that. So, like I said, 3 points is 3 points. We move on. We've got West Ham on Thursday night. They've got no Lucas Paqueta as well, which is a positive for us. I don't know. We need to win that game. We've got some favourable fixtures coming up. If we cannot win at least 7 of the next 9 games, then we may be in trouble, because after that, the fixtures get a lot tougher again, where we start coming up against Arsenal and Liverpool and Chelsea. So these run of fixtures we got now, we have to get results. And just a quick one on Amorim. I'm not really going to give him no credit. Like I said, you can sit there and say, yeah, at halftime he said something. The performance overall was dreadful, even in the second half. We scored 2 goals. It was a scumbag and run. Like I said, I rate it. We won. I'm happy. But let me tell you something about Amorim. He's going to go down the same pathway that Ten Hag has gone down, where they're so stubborn, they won't change because they were winners in their previous leagues. Ten Hag was a serial winner in the Eredivisie. But that's the Eredivisie. This is the Premier League. We're not in the Eredivisie no more. And that's why Ten Hag lost his job, because he was like, no, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, as well as his poor signings as well. And I think Ruben Amorim is going to do the same. You know, he's sitting there like, well, this worked against Bavista. We're not playing against these teams no more. You're not playing in the Portuguese league where you've got a guy scoring a goal every single game in Gyökeres. This is the Premier League. You're at Manchester United now. We need to be up there. And as silly as it sounds, at least competing for Europe. That's how bad our standards have gone as fans. We're happy to be competing for Europe. That's where we're at the moment as Manchester United. So obviously, when I do say about performances and I don't rate certain players because of levels, it's not because I think they're bad players. I just don't think they're good enough to take us back to where we want to be, where this club should be. That's all it is. That is all it is. It's nothing bad. It's nothing like I have anything against the players. As you probably hear me, players like Maguire and Shaw, I always talk about them, but I talk about them because they don't have the consistency levels to take us back to even be consistently third, second, or even fourth. That's all it is. They play good for a couple of games and they're bad for a couple of games. That's the problem with some of these players at the club. I could go on all day about some of the players, but that's why, like I said, don't want to sound like unk status, but when you've grown up and you've watched players like Rooney, Ronaldo, Scholes, even players like Darren Fletcher, Park Ji-sun, Carrick, who no one would say were world class, but they were 7 out of 10 most weeks. And we don't really have too many players like that in our squad at the moment. And this is why we are where we are. As well as obviously the formation, the way that Amrin will not change at all is another problem. The fact that he won't adapt, the fact that he won't change is a major problem. Like Gary Neville come out on Monday night, whether you agree with his views or not, change the system, man. They had 10 players. 10 players, and we're still sitting there with our 5 back, 5 defenders on the pitch. It's like, come on. We're not saying you have to change from 3-4-3, but you can adapt, you can tinker, you can make players move. They don't have to be robotic. They don't have to all be controlled from you like you're some AI. But that's just a little part on Amorim. Do not go down the same road that Ten Hag, where you thought, nope, this worked in the Portuguese league, because this isn't the Portuguese league, it's the Premier League. And if stats are correct, that's only his 13th win in the Premier League, and he's been here 1 year. So he needs to change. He needs to improve his results very quickly. Like I said, I expect us to finish at least in the top 6. If not, then for a lot of fans, they've already kind of turned their back on him anyway because results are not good enough. But maybe they're going to give him to the end of the season and we'll have to go from there. But if anyone thinks that finishing like 8th or 9th is good because it's progress, no. He needs to finish top 6 or we need to look for another manager. But we give him the benefit of the doubt for now. He hasn't deserved to have this time, but the owners have backed him. So let's see. Maybe they're going to get a new midfielder in January. Who knows? But for the time being, it is what it is. West Ham at home on Thursday night. Another 3 points. They're a dreadful team, but so are we. So who knows what will happen. Make sure you drop the channel a sub, and we'll see you in the next one.